Hi, Harley here. The other day I talked about travel versus stay home and indicated, on the whole, I probably would rather stay home than do anything else. Interestingly enough, I have actually done quite a bit of international travel, mostly for business, and I thought I'd share a couple of those stories just about my international travel. The first one was to Mexico, and this one was actually the only personal trip that I've taken internationally. And my mom's church was doing a missions trip, short-term 2-week missions trip to southern Mexico to work on a building project for a Bible school down there. And so we went down there and did our work. While we were down there, we also stopped for a couple days in Mexico City, and it was just incredible seeing all the poverty that was down there. Shanty towns where people were living in cardboard box houses, essentially, and squatters, just miles and miles and miles, covering huge tracts of land. People trying to come into the city seeking a better life, and really not finding it. And in many ways, having a decreased quality of living, because out in the rural Mexico, they could at least grow their own food, and yeah, they were poor, but they could at least have some quality of life, where when they come to town looking for work and hoping for a better future, they can't find work. There's the food they have to scrounge for. It's just the quality of life actually goes down, and they're just as poor as they were in the rural area. So it was really a problem, at least in that time period. I'm not sure about now. This was 31 years ago. The interesting thing was we were prepped for the culture shock. That's the word I was looking for. We were prepped for culture shock and seeing the difference between what we have and the wealth we have here in the United States and the poverty that we would come into there. What I wasn't prepped for, and what I found really surprising, was almost a reverse culture shock in coming back and realizing what we really do have here and how much we take for granted. And it was just that was probably one of the most interesting parts of the trip for me, was actually the return. Um, Another interesting thing was, I'd taken Spanish throughout all of high school. Had several courses in a couple of years actually in college, and even junior high. I'd taken Spanish through 2 years of junior high. And getting down there, I realized that it was all worthless. I couldn't speak worth anything. I can barely speak English, so let alone put me in a foreign language, and yeah, it was just terrible. Trying to order in restaurants was kind of amusing, because it's like I would get something completely different than I thought I'd order. So that's it for my Mexico trip. Through the next couple days, I'll be talking about some other trips that I've taken. The rest of them are all business trips, and kind of a few of the highlights, things I've noticed from those trips. Until tomorrow, go make something. Perfection's not required, fun is.